Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. This is VC Recommends. I Listen. I haven't done this in so long. Now, I'm going to talk about 3 albums that were recommended to me in this video. And then I'm going to talk about a couple of albums and CDs that I've been listening to. And in the end, I'm going to do an unboxing. The first album that I'm going to talk about is a recommendation that was months and months ago. Now, I know that I reviewed Confess by Rob Halford recently because of Ron Haggerty and his contest. Months ago, This Is Music recommended Turbo as one of his favorite Judas Priest album. Let's watch him and see what he has to say.
This one is going to be even more controversial. Turbo, 30th Anniversary Edition. Turbo, a song hated by a lot of Judas Priest fans. It happens to be my favorite Judas Priest album, along with Painkiller, and those 2 albums are very different from one another. This, to me, is just a fun, uplifting 80s rock, 80s hard rock album. You do have some metal elements every now and then, but it is more hard rocky. And I think what people hate about it is that they look like they're a glam metal band on here, but the music isn't that glammy, it's just hard rock. And another reason why people hate it is because they use synthesizers on here, but it's really, I think, guitar synths they use. So all that weird synthy stuff, a lot of it is still played on guitars, I think. I like all the songs on here, and I like the title track. Well, title track, because it's called Turbo Lover. I just like the way it's built up, and it's just the epitome of 80s rock, that song too. So I love this album, so I always enjoy listening to it. So there you go. I don't care.
Okay.
So what I have to say about this album is that I liked it. I think it's a 3 out of 5. It was a little bit juvenile in the lyrics, and that's hard for me personally to overcome. This sounded like they were writing it for high schoolers. A lot of, hey, this is my rock and roll music and you're not going to take it away from me. Don't ask me to turn it down. I mean, are they still living in their parents' houses? Or are the neighbors telling them to turn the music down? But otherwise, the music is fine and the music is fun. I'm going to say that Turbo Lover has to be one of the greatest rock and roll songs ever. It builds and you just want to rock to it. And I found myself doing the Dr. Doom ball holding gesture.
I'm your turbo lover.
Now I challenge any of you out there to listen to this song and not go into full turbo Dr. Doom ball grabbing mode. This song rocks. It's got to be one of my favorite Judas Priest songs now, although I don't know that many. It beats Screaming for Vengeance, which before this was my favorite Judas Priest song. This Is Music. Although I didn't like the album as much as you did,
I don't care.
It is a solid album, and I definitely had fun with it, and that first track can't be beaten. It's solid. 5 out of 5 on that song. Next, we're going to change course quite a bit. So Rachel's Ghost was doing a contest entry for Name Your Michaels, and she strongly recommended Come to the Quiet by John Michael Talbot. Let's hear what she has to say.
But this is Come to the Quiet. This is a real sleeper, pardon the pun. Sleeper, not in boring. It's very gentle, very introspective, very contemplative. Beautiful, beautiful music. And I've told people this many times on the channel, that back in the 80s, early 80s, they do the guitar top 10 guitar players of all time kind of thing in these polls in Rolling Stone magazine. Guitar player John Michael Talbot would frequently show up, and he's on the Birdwing label, which is a Christian label. Birdwing, there it is, like Sparrow, Birdwing. But don't miss out on Come to the Quiet. It's really, check it out on YouTube. See if you like it. It's get in a contemplative mood though. It's a morning record. It really is a late night, early morning record.
I like when Rachel's Ghost talks about religious recordings because she's openly stated many times how for a certain point of her life she gave up rock and roll. She sold all her albums and she was devoutly religious, and she listened to a lot of religious music. For her to hearken back to that and talk about a recording that she really liked from that time, I find that extremely interesting. This recording is right up my alley because John Michael Talbot took the Psalms, many of the Psalms, and put them to music. I love when someone interprets literature in this way.
So come and worship the Lord.
I wish that I could find this album on vinyl or CD, but this is definitely a gem. So I want to thank you, Rachel's Ghost, because I loved this recording. So number 3, we're going to talk about a recording that was just recommended to me yesterday. No Solution recommended that I listen to Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch. Again, I'm very, very glad that you did. This recording is 83 minutes long. And I think he recommended it because I was so enamored with Sutratma. So in one of my most recent blind buys, I bought this just for the cover. It's 2 albums. It's the Sludge Doom type of recording. And so this one I put on last night and I was just messing around. I was doing my crossword puzzles. Yes, I do crossword puzzles. I just outed myself as a really old man. I put that on and it was in the background, and these Sludge albums are like ambient music that have like a dark edge to them. Like you'll hear like the drums and they'll go kaboom, but it's so slow. And like I said, it's like you're entering an alien hostile landscape, and the music kind of just washes over you. It's perfect for background music. And then you get the harsh guttural vocals. Vinyl Richie wrote as a comment that the vocals are horrible. And you know what, Vinyl Richie, you are absolutely right. These vocals are horrible. It's hard for me to get over the vocals. But I challenge you to listen to Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch 2 times. It's 83 minutes. Put it on, do something else, and see what you think about the music, and see what you think about how the vocals they're not really meant for us to understand. It's like another instrument that is kind of woven into the soundscape. I'm going to say No Solution that I thoroughly enjoyed this recording. I would love to get this on CD. I checked, the album is totally sold out. But the really strange thing is the time length, 83 minutes. Now, I don't understand, is Bell Witch purposefully shooting themselves in the foot? Because I think the longest time that you can have on a CD is 80 minutes. And so if you make a recording that's 83 minutes, and then you have to divide that recording and put it onto 2 CDs, I don't know how this would work. If anybody owns a CD, do they have the entire recording on 1 CD? I know if it's on vinyl, they've got to split this 83 minute song up into probably 4 parts, so that doesn't work either, although it would still be great to have this on vinyl. I don't think this would be fun as like I'm going in my car and driving, and I would not put this on. But as ambient background music, this recording is beautiful. So those are the 3 albums that I'm covering in this video. I want to thank This Is Music, Rachel's Ghost, and No Solution for the recommendations. I've been listening to some of the CDs I bought, and one of the first one, I've listened to a bunch, but I just grabbed these. So I did start listening to this, and I only listened to the first CD, and it was just as I expected. Half the songs I know, half the songs I don't know, but the ones that I don't are good. This is a solid album. I know many people think of John Mellencamp as maybe a Bruce Springsteen light, and I'm about to say something blasphemous. I never liked Bruce Springsteen. I am starting to appreciate Bruce Springsteen more. I especially loved Embryonic Robot's suggestion of his covers album because I thought that was fabulous. Most people don't like it. Another one that I listen to is Sophienberg Variations Christian Wolumrad Ensemble. I know I'm butchering that. If you're into jazz, you'll like this. This is a beautiful recording. Wow, did I like it. Now, the reason I bought this is, as I stated before, I liked another recording that I bought, which is called Trio Medieval. And I loved that so much that I want to get more on this label. And so I found this cheap, $4.99, with the slipcase, because I love these slipcases. I'm so glad I bought this. It is gorgeous. Highly recommended if you are into jazz. The last two things are dedicated to my husband. So when I was at Amoeba, I went ahead and I bought him this album new. It's Italo Disco Club, and this is authentic disco tracks from the 80s made in Italy. Now, my husband loves high energy and Italo disco, and so I did buy this brand new, $33. Like I said, I won't buy myself new albums, but I will buy them for my husband. And when I took a picture of the tracks for him, he was like, get it. He loved it because they are extended mixes, like all the songs, not extended mixes, they're whatever you call them, they're like longer than normal. It's also 2 albums inside one sleeve. I don't like that, but he's already started listening to it. He's spinning it in the bedroom. I've been hearing some of the songs. I'm used to listening to this stuff now, although I never liked or even knew about this music before I met him. But I have to say, this is enjoyable, and he loves it. Finally, we're gonna talk about this Madonna box set. Finally, Enough Love. So this is her 50 number ones. And so this is a 6-album box set that I bought for my husband when it was coming out. He was so fanatic. But then those horrible Madonna people, they put out this same exact box set in rainbow vinyl. And so I had to go ahead and buy that one for my husband too. He's been bugging me to open this up on camera, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to show the old one and he would show the new one, and we were going to do it together, but he refused. Finally, he said, if you don't do your video, I'm just going to open it up. So what I'm doing is I'm going to unbox this now. I'm not going to keep the plastic, but I will keep that sticker. So here we have it. It's the same exact box set. So you have them arranged like this. So here you got the first album, and that one's red. Here's the second one, and that one is orange. Dang, you know, I should have gone ahead and bought myself the Enigma one. I buy this for my husband, and then I never bought that colored vinyl Enigma one, and I'm constantly kicking myself that I never bought that. Here is the yellow one, and that one's obviously gonna be, oh, look at this beautiful yellow vinyl. The next is green, and of course, the vinyl is, look at that gorgeous green. This is actually pretty. The 5th one is blue. Look at that. Wow, it's weird. There's only a label on one side. And here's purple. Purple. That must be a factory mistake, because my husband said there were troubles with the labels on his original one. For example, I think something like this, like the second album had a label from the 5th. Yeah, this 5th album doesn't have a label on side 5B. I'm not the kind to send it back for that. That's just interesting, right? There you have it. What did you think about this? Please check back over the next couple of days. I'm going to be reviewing some other albums that people in the VC have recommended. Who knows? You could be one of them. I want to thank you for the support.